Salutations, welcome, respected audience. Check for all the 12 Vyaktitwas of Lokaseva, Dharmastapana, Viragi. Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Shanta. So to check for our tuning consciously, day by day, becoming intense or not, with all the six sources of protection, blessings, empowerments, even giving us the highest result. How much we are in tune with Shruti Smriti Purana Itihasa Shastra through our Shravana, Adhyayana and grasping the content. How much we are in tune with the Guru Tattva, the Guru Parampara, Swaguru Acharya by getting their guidance and abiding in it. How much we are in tune with the Devata Gana by doing their upasana and making right use of the abilities which they are giving us. Are we in tune with the Jagannatha, asking her to bless us with Shuddha Sattva Guna? Are we in tune with the Ishvara Tattva with full faith about His presence and His power, and thus surrendering to Him, asking Him to remove all the curtains and layers? Last but not the least, are we in tune with the Brahma Tattva through continuous remembrance and anusandhanam that we are that? Vigorously, if we do this, single pointedly, if we do this, and if we avoid doing everything contradictory to these, we can be assured that we are doing correct sadhana, and we are assured that the results will come. Results are only four: Antakarana Shuddhi, understanding of the Tattva, ability to do the Tattva Anubhuti sadhana at ease, and last but not the least, experiencing it. They all will happen. With full faith in this, we have to just keep on moving forward. Charaiveti, 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 Charaiveti. Beautiful Shastra, Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana Smriti Grantha we took up to study around 116-17 days back. We are into first Vairagya Prakaranam, 27th SARGA, NISHREYASA VIRODHI BHAVA ANITHYATHA PRATHIPADANAM. SARGA is the one which will conclude today. Then in today itself, the 28th one, we take up the name of that 28th Sarga is Sakala Padartha Anastha Pratipadanam, wherein everything in this world is uncertain, non-permanent, therefore should not be trusted. Such a beautiful things. Some of them are, I tell you, really frightening also, but they are facts. Therefore, we have to have the courage to listen to them, understand and accept them. Let us see. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvinavadhetamastu, Ma Vidvishavahai, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Namo Brahmadibhyo, Brahma Bhakti Yoga Dharma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo, Om ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं वदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्वसत्शास्त्राः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम्। श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने। कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलं। वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानादं को न याति पराङ्गतिम्। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्धितीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरविकलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमजलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म भक्ति योग धर्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि महर्षिभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षप्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणे इतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत ऋषिमुनिगुरुदेवता दर्शनानुग्रह अनुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत्परम्पराणां भक्तिज्ञानवेदान्तादि योगादि प्रक्रियाणां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां महानुभावानाम् आचार्याणां गुरूणां भक्तशिष्य साधक सेवक उपासक श्रेयोभिलाषिणाम् आश्रमाणां संस्थानां पूर्णायुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्यादि समस्त शक्ति संपदा सानुकूल्यता साधनानां प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुघ्न निर्मूलन प्रेरणोत्साह प्राप्ति द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्य नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यक्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालयानां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु नित्य निरंतर साधना सेवा शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञादीनां द्वारा मोक्षधर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रचारेण विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थं भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरे ये शत्रवः तेषां सर्वेषां शाश्वतरूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्नमध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणं प्रथम वैराग्य प्रकरणं मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मात् आनन्दस्याम्बरेवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। अथ सप्तविंशः सर्गः। श्रीराम उवाच। Friends, we are into the last 6 shlokas of this 27th Sarga. Name of the Sarga is NISHREYASA VIRODHI BHAVA ANITHYATHA PRATHIPADANAM. Those things in which by involving we are going away from the NISHREYASA, or the involvements which are Virodhi to the NISHREYASA, they are all not so great. They're all anitya. Not only we are missing the Nishreyasa, but we also are caught up in the web of those things and it non-eternality, endfulness, leading to disappointment only. So निश्रेयस के विरोधी जो जो भाव है ये अनित्य है, इसलिए उसमें मत फंसो, ये बताने का सर्ग है ये. So we were seeing all those shlokas one by one. Now in the 36th shloka, Bhagavan talks about ki Balyavastha you have spent, Madhyamavastha you have spent, Yuvavastha you have spent, Madhyamavastha. Now coming to the old age, even now if you don't give up that same routine and take up Paramatma, who can help us? Second thing, you are seeing the whole world. Only people of two types who are going towards Nishreyasa, who are going away from Nishreyasa into the Virodhi Bhavas. Even after seeing all of them and their plight, if we don't think and decide correctly for ourselves, who can help us? This sort of meaning. Like अध्यापीयाते अध्यापीयातेऽपि च अध्यापीयातेऽपि च कल्पनाया आकाशवल्ली फलवन्महत्वे उदेति नो लोभलवा हतानाम् उदारवृत्तान्तमयी कथा एव अद्यापि even now we have gone through whole life and became old. Or Adhyapi means even after seeing the word. Adhyapi, what is that? Kalpanayaha Akashavalli Phalavat Mahatve. Only because of our Kalpana, only because of our Kalpana, the Akashavalli Phala appearing to be Mahan. Only because of our Kalpana, the Akashavalli Phala appearing to be Mahan. The fruit of the sky tree appearing to be great. It's only Kalpana. In that, there is nothing called as sky tree. There is nothing called as sky tree's fruit real. And then how can you do the Mahatva, which Kalpana of that? It's only Kalpana. मतलब जो नहीं है उस चीज के बारे में महान है ऐसा मानना. Because of that, Udeti Naha Lobhalavahatanam. And we are continuously hit by the greed for that. Akashavalli Phala. Therefore, now Udeti, even now. Matlab, even after so many days, while trying to get the Phala of the Akasha Kalpavalli, not got it, still out of Lobha, even now. Lobha Farat. Even now Deti is not born in us. What it is? Udara Vruttantamai Katha. The discussion, the story, the listening, contemplation about the Udara Vruttanta. The Udara is Paramatma. So, Udara Vruttanta, detailed regarding Paramatma. Katha, the discussion. Now Deti, even now it is not awakened. Matlab, even after getting disappointed so much in the world in search of permanent happiness, still we are out of greed, out of hopes, out of asha, going towards that only. The Nishreyasa Virodhi, we are not coming towards the Nishreyasa, which is Udara Vritti. Udara वृत्तांत कथा नहीं है हमारे जीवन में. The thinking about permanent eternality, the Paramatma Tattva. We have seen our own life, we have seen many lives of ours, we have seen others also in front, that anyone who have tried to gain anything other than Ishrayasa, they got it, but they didn't get what they wanted. The Atyantika Dukkha Nivrutti Nirankusha Trupti. तो फल तो मिला ही नहीं उनको. देखो ये कल्पना ही है फल ढूंढना शाश्वत सुख का in anything everything in other than udara vrittanta. So at least now pause, contemplate, think, seek eternal, seek permanent, not ephemeral, temporary, to get just disappointed, dejected. Other than Paramatma, everything is Nishreyasa Virodhi. They are all Anitya. See the thought. No, this thought, how much it is blocked by. the inner vasanas, opposed by the wrong convictions, isn't it? Weakened by the misguidances. That there are some patients, some people, इतना ही दवाई दो ना, और डिसीज तक दवाई जाने ही नहीं देते हैं इन बिटवीन ऑब्स्टेकल्स, देखो उनका बीमारी दूर होता ही नहीं. We all have this bhava roga from the deep core of our heart, into which the medicine of this beautiful knowledge is not entering. Then what is to be done? Till the medicine goes there and starts acting, we have to go on induce that medicine. All techniques like the doctors, oral tablets they give. The oral, if they are not working or taking time, they go for the subcutaneous. Even that does it not working, then go for the intravenous. Even that doesn't work, then they go for surgery. Finally, they have to remove the disease causing thing. In the same way, we have to find all means to come out of all the interests that are there in us towards those things which are virodhi to nishreyasa. निश्रेयस के विरोधी सारे भावों से हमें अपने आप को बाहर निकालना है, क्योंकि वो सारे बीमारियां हैं, भव रोग निर्माण करने वाले. These are the deep thinkings. Giving that example of Akasha Valli Phala Kalpana eva, that it will give us the permanent sukha and all. Become deep in this thinking. We have seen both the things. You are running behind Rupanama, they are never catchable because they are ephemeral. Whatever little pleasures are coming from them, they are reflections of your own Atma Sukha in your Antakarana, not from outside. We gave you example yesterday. When your children came from America, you are not happy because children came. You are happy because the children's coming created a content, what I say, the beautiful, calm and quiet mind. Agitations have gone away, then they are far away, far away. In the restful, calm mind, the inner Atmananda reflected. Isn't it? If that's the case, then every parent should be happy. Many a case is not necessary. Isn't it? Depending on the arrival of children, what it creates in the mind. Therefore, happiness or misery, both are in the mind. An agitated mind becomes opaque and non-reflector of the ananda. Therefore, the opposite of it, dukkha, comes. Then the calm, quiet mind reflects the atmananda as happiness. But happiness is inner state. Please remember it. That's how we have to understand both. Happiness in the objects. Objects are ephemeral, going on dying. Happiness is coming from inside. We are doing both. Not searching the pure happiness inside, and then in trying to get the reflected happiness as real happiness, we are becoming slaves to the objective world, getting disappointed again and again because they are not permanently staying with us. Next. Ādātumicchan padam uttamānām svachetasaivapahatodhyalokah patatyasankam pasuradrikūtāt ānīlavalli valavanchayaiva. Ādātum icchan uttamānām padam. Uttamānām means uttama sukhanam padam. Icchan ādātum. Ādātum icchan. Desirous of obtaining the higher and higher lasting happinesses. Swachetasa eva, by his own chitta, apahataha adhyalokaha. The true inner wisdom of the beings is being looted away. So very sublime thought here. See, uttamanam padam icchan ādātum. He wants to obtain higher and higher places, positions, and the corresponding sukha bhoga there. Icchan. But where is the higher than the highest position? Maximum happiness. Inside the self only, no? Instead of seeking that Outside only, higher money, higher power, higher position. If you have studied little of Shastras, higher lokas, in the desire of obtaining them. Uttamanam padam adatum ichan. What are we doing? Swachetasa eva apahataha adya lokaha. We are cheated by our own cheatas. Because with these sankalpas, always we become bahirmukha only. The moment we have become bahirmukha, we have gone away from the Atman. The Atman is self Ananda Surupa. When we have gone away from the source of Ananda, we are nearing to Dukkha only, no? What a powerful sloka it is, you see. Uttamana padam adatumichan swachetasa eva apahata adhya lokaha. Then what is the result? Patati ashankam. Doubtlessly, they are falling only. Because going away from the self is falling into the trap of delusions and doing all those which should not be done, getting the results of all that which is not wanted or expected. That's called patati. And to make us understand, the example given is ki pashuhu adrikutat, from the top of the mountain, how that the pashu falls. Why? Anila valli falavanchaya eva. कि वो जो माउंटेन टॉप के कॉर्नर में देर इज सम ब्लेड ऑफ सम ग्रास, हरा ग्रास होगा उसको, या खाने वाला कुछ चीज है, तो उसको पाने की इच्छा से इट विल जस्ट फॉल फ्रॉम देयर ओनली टू डाई. So here both the people, those who are never spiritual, they are like that bhed bakri, again and again falling from the cliff of the mountain, indicating their punarapi jananam punarapi manam continuously. Those who are so called exposed to the Shastras also, spirituality also especially, is the seeking the permanent thing in the self, in Paramatma, where they are seeking anything other, even though through the Vedokta Paddhati only of Yajna Upasana, their life also is like that of this Bhed Bhakri only, because in the pursuit of any Uttama Prapti other than Paramatma, even though they gain it, but they fall. It is like that bakri reaching to that grass, but khate khate gir gaya niche. Here girna means what? I have done punya, I have gone to SARGA, so punya is over, back to square one. Patati only. Therefore, here one thing we have to be very careful, which is said in every Upanishad, every Shastra, which we have discussed yesterday also. Please, before going for anything, keep one thing in mind. What's that? Permanent or temporary. Seeking temporary itself is the wrong thing. Because you yourself are ordering for your own disappointment. Because that is temporary. It will be over. Then the joy goes away. That temporary thing can never give permanent joy. So disappointment will come. If this one thing also clear in our heart, that I must seek a permanent, then immediately the question comes, what is permanent? Nothing other than Paramatma. Therefore, NISHREYASA we seek. After that, no NISHREYASA VIRODHI. अदर परमात्मा सब अशाश्वत है, अनित्य है, तो हमको नित्य चाहिए. तो जिसको नित्य चाहिए उसको अनित्य में क्या ले लेना? Our problem is what? We are seeking nityata in the anitya. This is biggest mistake. And we are never aware there is something nitya within our own self only. This knowledge we are not getting convincingly, because that much Shravana of the Shastra, that much Manana Chintana of the Shastra, we have not yet done. To know that we must seek permanent, to know that the permanent is within us. And also that awareness we should have, not like the Ved Bakri, that anything I am seeking is temporary. I must have the awareness. And this temporary will definitely cheat me tomorrow, disappoint me. Have we not seen this in the earlier Sarga? How clearly, or in this very Sarga in the beginning, that the Brahmadeva with his lokas are dissolving. Vishnu Deva is dissolving. Agni, Vayu, Varuna, Indra, ये सारे भी डिसॉल्व हो रहे हैं. ये आगे वाला 28th Sarga mein, in the entire Sarga talks about these things ruthlessly, the facts, the truths from the highest standpoint, whether we are able to have the guts to listen to them or not, understand them or not, accept them or not. So this is what it is. आदातुमिच्छन् पदम् उत्तमानां स्वचेतसा एव अपहतः अद्यः लोकः. So that's what our morning class introduction before morning Upanishad class, no? When the chitta is filled with buddhi, with the shastra jnanam, in which what is the eternal permanent is taught, and to achieve that only, when our sharira prana indriya work towards it, mana, to the extent they help us, then after their help is over, then turning inside, seeking the inner self should be our way of life. Otherwise, there is nothing uttama which is permanent other than Paramatma in this loka. Done. Next one. अवान्तरन्यस्त निरर्थकांश छायालता पत्रफल प्रसूनाः शरीर एव क्षतसम्पदश्च श्वभ्रद्रुमा अद्यतनानराश्च. So, see, very interesting. Avantara nyastha. Avantara means which has lot of gap in between. Distance means बहुत far off जगह पे है जो unreachable है. Maybe you can compare it with the grass which is at the cliff of the mountain, which is not available for that bhed bakri, but they are trying to get it. Other thing is what? Which is the deep forest somewhere which you cannot achieve. Go to reach and take. और big peak mountain peak में है या जंगल में दूर है या नहीं तो पूरे जमीन के अंदर है या नहीं तो समुद्र या नदी के अंदर है. वो water which are very far away. Here talking about a tree which is very very valuable but very very far away, not reachable to us. So avantaran nyasta nirarthaka amsha. All the amshas of the tree are nirarthak only. Chaya, lata, patra, phala, prasuna. छाया भी नहीं मिलेगा उस ट्री से. देन लताएं नहीं मिलेंगे. देन पत्र, द लीव्स आर ऑफ नो यूज. फल, फ्रूट्स आर ऑफ नो यूज. प्रसूना आर द फ्लावर्स. उनका पत्र कहो, पुष्प कहो, फल कहो, छाया कहो, none of them are of any use of that tree which is very 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 far away. In the same way, and sharira eva kshata sampada cha. They all are there, but unka sampada किसी को use में नहीं आता. Shwabhradrumaha, the trees which are very far away, and equal to them are adyatana narascha. What a fantastic word Lord used. Adyatana naraha means in today's language the modern men, not the ancient men. The difference between modern and ancient in this reference is ancient are those rishis, munis who have sought the eternal permanent within them. The modern ones are those who are seeking happiness in the outer world through every of the Vaijnanika Shastras. These Vaijnanikas who are trying to get the outer things for their comfort are called Ajnani, but उनको आधुनिक कह के यहाँ राम जी is addressing. Puratanas are not like that. The Rishimunis of the old, they discovered permanent in the self. They never try to bring out or try to get sukha in anything outside. You know, those Rishimuni who could, by their inner tapo shakti, having become Siddha Purushas, along with discovering inner self, could understand about what is happening in the entire world, in the Khagola Bhugola. Do you think they could have not discovered what the science has discovered today? Understood? They could, but our ancient rishis are always not like the modern people. क्या फायदा है पहले let us see. फिर कोई नुकसान है तो भी नजरअंदाज करेंगे. ये नहीं होता था उनका. उनका दृष्टि इससे नुकसान क्या है फर्स्ट दे यूज्ड टू थिंक. लिटिल बिट नुकसान भी है, उसका जितना भी फायदा हो दे डोंट वांट इट. Therefore, the moment the outwardness comes and our attention is to create something in the outer world to become sukhi, They have seen these things. First, the nature is destroyed. Second, those outer things being the karma phalas, they are perishable. Therefore, they give us disappointment. Third, our dependency on senses, etc., makes us slave only. We are free now in the inner bliss. How can we become slave to these ephemeral upadhis? How can we get disappointed by going for the temporary things? And in the pursuit of the making comforts in the outer world, we have to destroy the nature. And fourthly, it creates such a terrible competition leading to every sort of conflict and fighting between all the beings, leading to everybody's peril and perishability. All this they thought. Therefore, they kept quiet. With all their wisdom and shaktis, they could create million times more than what the science is creating now. And now you see now, the more the science is creating, the more are we not destroying the nature? Are we not becoming slave to the indriyas? Are we not more frustrated, depressed, disappointed, dejected because of the ephemeral things, ephemerality of things? And are we not creating enmity and fighting between us, jealousy? No, आत्मज्ञान परस्यू करने वालों के बीच में फाइटिंग नहीं होता, बिकॉज आत्मा सबको अवेलेबल है. देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ jealousy. We are going beyond the senses. Therefore, there is no slavery. You are discovering the permanent. Therefore, there is no disappointment. And it is inner self, nothing to do with the outer nature. So, we are not destroying the nature. Our Rishi Munis. But today's scientists, Chandrama mein, the NASA said, we are making a railway patri. Yesterday news. They want to make a railway track in the moon. Why? Go there and destroy that moon also. ये अर्थ काफी नहीं है. This is the devilishness inside because of the scientific achievements. There's no end to that. And you will create pride. Already fighting shuru hua. The people have already started claiming the part of moon as theirs. हमने अपना वहाँ लैंड किया, पहले इसने हमारा है. लड़ने के लिए बाहर निकलो, अब लड़ाई होगी हमको. That is why every day in my sankalpa, moksha dharma purushartha, nishtha in all jivas beings should come. Only then the eternal happiness they will get, and don't destroy the nature of God nor they fight with each other. So this is what it is. Ki adyatana naraha. Such people who are modern, who are extroverted, neither they get happiness nor they can give happiness to anyone. They are like the trees which are very far away, whose flowers, fruits, leaves, shadow is of no use to anyone. सिंपल अपने भाषा बताओ, बहिर्मुख व्यक्ति को न खुद को खुश होएगा न दूसरे को खुशी दे सकता है. Why? Because outside never you get permanent, so your phrase itself is frustrated with disappointment. A frustrated, disappointed, dejected fellow, how can give happiness to others? That's why Pujya Gurudev's motto: give maximum happiness to maximum number for maximum time. How? Only by turning their attention toward the self inside. Not by making them materialistic, not by promising them to give the outer results. Only आत्मा अनुभव से मैक्सिमम आनंद मिलता है. इसलिए he taught only shastras. He told us only to do the inner sadhana. And at the most outer seva and dharma, no artha kamak purushartha in the outer world. These two concepts of artha and kama should be selected and deleted from the entire dictionary of the whole world, from the hearts of the people. Outside dharma, inside moksha. That's it. You may be recognized, discovering all the scientific things. There must be wonders in the minds in the world. But then this is not going to give permanent sukha. Like in today's technological growth, आप देखोगे, compare it with 40 years back, you have to be stunned with wonderment only. You can't have words to talk about it. But then that's not going to give permanent sukha. See the yesterday's discovery of China, they have discovered what is that? Atomic chargeable battery they discovered. This is under the final experimental stage. Atomic nuclear fusion से होने वाला charging one. And that one, once you charge it, 50 years it will not go away the charge. But now they're experimenting. If it is nuclear fusion, lot of radiations it will emit. That radiation, how it should be made harmless. All processes they have discovered now. But they have to launch it. To listen, it is great. But you are not going to be blissful with that permanently. With the discovery, the drones, the cell phones, the helicopter, the rockets, whichever are there, एक बार चार्ज किया तो 50 साल चलते रहेंगे. You need not have recharging it. Second time recharge करने की जरूरत. See the science का discovery. But these are all bondage only. There is no end to the greed. No. Before this, whatever was discovered, that didn't give you satisfaction. Then you, out of your asha, you tried, you discovered this. Do you think this will give you this satisfaction? You go for something. In this way, you go on with disappointment, pursuing only in the outer world. Never pausing, never getting happiness. Our rishis have discovered it. Therefore, they went inside, they discovered the infinite, they got contented. They just lived happily. They never lived working for happiness. Miserable life. सुख के लिए वो लोग दुखी जीवन नहीं जिए, वो लोग सुख से जिए बस. This upadhi I am there, but I am the self, infinite blissful. This upadhi rayati sayeva gacchati, sayeva jiren mriyate. Upadhi will come, that stays, it becomes, I am the inner self. This upadhi to maintain this required already God has given. Outside I have to do some dharma. Only these three things: dharma, upadhi maintenance, atma prapti. Other than these three, they never fell down to the level of making the upadhi satisfied or happy with the outer objects, which is illusory. ऊपर बताए ना वो, what is that? आशा कल्पवल्ली. Okay? Uh, uh, mm, mm. Akashavalli Phalavat. They never got trapped into this Akashavalli Phala. They have only these three things: that which is Jada, that which is Anatma, that which is Nashwara, that which is Nirantara Parinami. How can it give Shashwata Nitya Sukha? In one go only they got it, and they got it once for all, and they never even started an initiative of discovering or creating anything outside. That's higher wisdom. Today all those things will chant in our study in our Advaita Anubhuti also. Advaita Anubhuti में वही प्रसंग होएगा. And even in this next portion of this 28th Sarga. Done. I'm just giving the ideas how Ramji's contemplation was so highest level. Next one. क्वचित् जनामार्दव सुन्दरेषु क्वचित् कठोरेषु च संचरन्ति देशान्तरालेषु निरन्तरेषु वर्णान्तखण्डेषु इव कृष्णसाराः. So क्वचित् जनाः मार्दव सुन्दरेषु क्वचित् कठोरेषु च संचरन्ति. So in the Mardava Sundareshu means in the loving, tender, pleasing places and activities and interactions, some people are reveling in. प्यार में, है ना, बगीचों में, फूलों के बीच में, पार्टियां मनाते हुए. Some people are reveling in that. क्वचित् जना मार्दव सुंदर, क्वचित् कठोरेषु, some are in the kathora. Kathora means the way of eating, harsh on non-veg eating and negative drinkings, and then commanding on others and suppressing others, waging the wars, killing others. These are all called as kathora. For these two, I was remember the example of the Western countries and the Islamic countries, especially Pakistan. Mardava Sanchareshu, they are creating all the bhogas, comforts. And these fellows are Katoris who they are increasing the weaponry and creating the terrorists only to kill in that Katora Rupa. एक भोग में उलझ रहा है, दूसरा कठोर कर्मों में, cruelties. Then in doing this too, deshantaraleshu, they are crossing the borders of the country or the places, one place to the other, they are migrating. See that Alexander, stupid fellow, एक जगह बैठकर खुशी रहे, I'll conquer the whole world. In that pursuit, how many lakhs of people that Rakshasa killed? That is Kathora. And the other people, Mardavesh, will go to those countries in each of the season depending for the enjoyments. And in this way, Deshantaraleshu, Nirantareshu, and Vana Antakhandeshu, they go inside the deep forests, they go beyond the mountains and all that. And the example given is what? Krishna Saraha. That Krishna Sara Mruga, Kasturi Mruga, उसके पास ही वो फ्रेग्रेंट स्मेल होता है, अपने कान में बोलते हैं, उस स्मेल से अट्रैक्ट होकर टू फाइंड इट ना, इट गोज टू वन प्लेस टू अदर, like it is said, it goes to very dangerous forests in search of it, where it will be hunted and killed by those tigers and lions. It goes into those lakes and rivers in search of that smell, only to be eaten by the crocodiles there. It goes into the peaks of mountains only to fall and die. Krishna Saram Mrigavat, the Sukha which is in our own Atma, we are trying to search it in Madhura and Katora Vishayas. For that, we are going from one place to the other. Either Mardava Sundara places means by all the Punyadi Karma going to the Uttama Lokas like Swargadi. Then Katoreshu means for the quick results of Sukha, doing all the Papa and going only to the Nicha Naraka Yoni. We have to interpret them like that. But all of them are like Krishna Sara Mruga, which has got the Krishna Sara with it only, but it is going on. Krishna means Karshanat. Sara means smell. A very attractive smell, which is there with it only. So too, the Sukha for which I am going to Mruduk place or Katora place is in my own heart. When I go to some cold place during summer, am I feeling happy in the cold place or in the heart? In the heart only. But in the kalpana, that if I go to the cold place, I'll become happy. I go there. And why that kalpana? Because I identify with the deha. Deha is very hot here suffering. So when I go to the cold place. As long as deha that is there, heat and cold will be there. So in hot summer, to go to cold places. In the winters, going to the hot places, it becomes the entire pursuit of life. But they are not permanent. भटकते रहो इधर उधर. Go beyond the deha that you are in inner happiness, whether it is a place is hot or cold. That is why नॉर्थ से साउथ भटकने वाले हैं, साउथ से नॉर्थ भटकने वाले हैं, और नॉर्थ के ठंड में ही अपने अंदर सुख में रहने वाला है, साउथ के गर्मी में भी अपने अंदर के सुख में रहने वाले भी हैं. Both of them gone beyond all the upadhis. So when you go beyond upadhis, there is nothing like here or there, comfort or discomfort. You are one with the inner blissful self. Done. Next, Dhaturnavani divasam pratibhishanani ramyani bhavilulitantatamakulani karyani kashtafalapakahatodayani vismaya payantina shavasya manamsi kesham. What we said just now, without seeing this shloka, Lord saying the same one. Here, Brahmadeva is very terribly compared with Shava only. To say insensitive, Brahmadeva. And what is he doing? He is going on creating Nitya Nutana Vishayas. Seeing those Nitya Nutana Vishayas, all the Murkha Shiromani, Murkha Shikamani Jivas, getting enchanted by them only to get disappointed. Only the few intelligent are the ones who are discovering this terrible trapping effect of Brahmadeva in creating such a beautiful world. And they say, we don't want it, we want the inner self only. That's the meaning of Paranchikhani Vyatrunat Swayambhu. Bhagavan Brahmadeva gave the Indriyas extroverted and kept all the beautiful Indriya Vastus low. Ab jaake faso is Maya. And the second line of that sloka, Kashchit Deraha. So one rare intelligent person paused and understood what we said last 15 years, 15 minutes say. All the outer things are ephemeral, they are enslaving, they will disappoint us, they will create quarrel and etc. Knowing that, Deraha Pratyagatmanam Ekshatu. He just understood that bliss, eternality is in only Pratyagatma. He just became Avrutta Chakshu. सारे बंद कर लिया इंद्रिया उन्होंने. And Amritattva Michan, desiring the immortality, he traveled inside. He sought after the inner self. And he discovered Dhira Purusha. Then he just said, I am in that bliss. Inspired by him, whoever are trying, going towards that, and they all also reach. Those are not inspired, not listening to this great clarion call or conch sound, disturbed by the or attracted with the outer trumpet sounds of the objects, they go for it. Like the election में जो सही देश की सेवा कर रहे हैं, उनका आवाज सुनने वाले, उनका काम देखने वाले, they will vote for them and ensure their own security and nation's development. And those stupid Indians who are deluded, mesmerized by the sweet words of the Desha Shatrus, Dharma Shatrus, and by mistake they select them, then they only will have to face consequences. So it says, Dhatuhu Shavasya. Dhata, Brahmadeva, he is Shava-like only, insensitive. What is doing? Navani Pratidivasam Bhishanani Ramyani va. Continuously, terribly, beautifully looking things is going on. Vilulita Anta Tamakulani. Creating which are enchanting to the hearts or the chitta of the people who are looking at them. Karyani Kashta Falapaka Hata Udayani. उसमें कष्ट तो रहता है, बट उसका फल का पाक का उदय तो होता ही नहीं, हुआ तो भी अतः जल्दी खत्म होता. He is creating such a beautiful thing outside, enchanted by which the men work for it, run for it. What they are left with is only the struggling of getting it, not the result. Even the result comes, it perishes before we get the joy of it. No, this is how many hours I have to, how many minutes I have to take, and how many examples I have to take to explain. Luckily, I already explained the science. The every science is Brahmadeva only is working through all the jivas or the scientists, etc., where the Ramaniya things are created. Now see the world how looking into the newly created things every day and running behind them. मैं तो इस बात पे खुश हूँ बाबा. वैसे मेरे ऐसे बुद्धू लोग बहुत होंगे. I never get enchanted by anything outer new things. It may be laziness also. I don't know. I'm like this laptop. I'm losing from 12 years. This cell phone which I'm using for 8.5 years. एक ही फोन. जो मेरे को काम होना है उससे होता है बस. Oh, there may be many things. मेरे को क्या जरूरत है उनका? I use my scooter, don't tell the traffic people, which is 18 years old. 18 or even more. 11 plus 7, 18 years हो गया उसका, 17 years. काम हो रहा है ना बस भाई. There is no end to that. But there are some people, even बाबा लोग, every new phone का 50,000 1 लाख दे भाई. उनका औकात भी होगा, हम तो अलग है. Maybe they are using it in right way, I don't know. In many other things also. It is so fast things are growing. I am तो आधुनिक नहीं है बाबा. I am happy about it. Otherwise, it's another fancy another thing. If one is able to use it, different. There are some intelligent people, they use all the latest science technology for their own development and they help the world also. वो तो है ही बस, that's all मंजूर है. But otherwise, Brahmadeva is creating सारे रम्य रम्य चीजें, seeing that people are getting lost and running for them, and they are so much kashta for that, and phala is very less. Same thing I tell you. आप 50,000 रुपए का फोन खरीद के वो टूट गया या लुट गया, why very miserable? Do you do that much work with it? The youngsters and all, 3 लाख का गाड़ी चाहिए, अबे साइकिल में जा तू, अच्छा एक्सरसाइज हो जाएगा. उनको 3 लाख का बाइक चाहिए, 5 लाख, आजकल क्या है, I don't know. Because they look at the products that are created, they are meant for those who have black money or any money out to spend, they don't know. Not for the middle class or such people or common human being के लिए. So to why do you go for all sophisticated? And they trouble the parents, ये चाहिए वो चाहिए. I'm just telling. Some object I told about anything, whether the dresses you wear or the house you stay, ये क्या ना में minimum होना चाहिए. You know, the most advanced countries like Japan have realized the need of living in minimum, and they are slowly getting out of all the nonsense of greed. They have started living in small houses with minimum clothing, with minimum utensils. वो आराम से जीना सीख रहे हैं. And we in India, एक एक घर में इतने सारे सामान लगा के रखते हैं जिनको 40-30 साल हम छूते भी नहीं उनको. मैं कहता हूँ गवर्नमेंट एक पॉलिसी ले आवे, हर एक के घर दौरा करके ऑब्जेक्ट विच आर अनयूज्ड पूरा निकाल के गरीबों को बांटना है. Overnight, the country will become freed from all poverty. Because the amount of things each of us have, 60% excess only unwanted, 70%. You just see it. This is a very generalized way of explaining. The main point is the Vidhata will create the attractive things outside. What it means is a fresh fruits coming, fresh flowers coming, fresh weather, fresh atmosphere. All of them भौतिक बाह्य जगत. अब enchanted by it will become extroverted. चलो घूमने चलते सुबह, शेयर करेंगे. अरे अंदर घूमना है यार अपने आत्मा में, और बाहर का सुंदरता को देखकर हम बाहर ही घूमते हैं, और ब्रह्मदेव ने हमको बाहर का बना के हमको उन्होंने फंसा दिया. एनीथिंग इट इज ब्यूटिफुल फ्लावर्स, beautiful natural sceneries. We are all attracted toward them. That is Brahmadeva cheating us. By seeing them, we are forgetting the beauty of the Atman, the self inside. That's the meaning of this shloka, right? Now the last shloka. Jana kama sakto vividha kukala cheshtana parah natu swapne pyasmin jagati sulabho nadya sujanaha kriya dukkha sanga vidura viduranu namakila न जाने नेतव्या कथमिव दशा जीवितमयी. देखो, पावरफुल लास्ट श्लोक ऑफ राम. आई एम गोइंग थ्रू वेरी फास्ट ना, नहीं तो एक एक श्लोक में विथ मोर एनालिसिस, कोटेशंस, एग्जांपल्स and the secondary third corollary points, so much can be discussed, but मुख्य विषय हम कन्वे करते हुए आगे बढ़ रहे. Here he says janaha, the conclusion of all. Kama asakta, attached to his own kamana and wanting to fulfill them. Vividha kukala cheshtana paraha. Vividha kukala cheshtana paraha. He is paraha, dedicating his whole life for vividha kukala. अलग अलग दुष्ट कलाओं को करने के चेष्टाओं में ही वो बिजी हो गया. That's what the modern science and technology, so much they are creating only to fulfill desires. On 90% of them are deha sukha only, more than 90%. All sciences देहोस्मी कोई बढ़ा रहा है, देह सुख कोई बढ़ा रहा है ना. So नरः कामासक्तः विविध कुकला चेष्टन परः is a conclusion. The more we are attached to our desires or having lots of desires, wanting to fulfill them, all kukala chesta we do. They are the chestas, and the chestas are kalatvikas. But there are ku. Ku means not su. Su means sushtu. Sushtu good. Ku means kutila, not correct ones. Kama sakta. कुकला चेष्टा इसमें सब आ गया अभी जो जो कामना है उस कामना पूर्ति के लिए अलग अलग कुकला चेष्टाएं हम करते जाते दैट इज अ होल वर्ल्ड रामा समराइजेस देयरफॉर ही सेज न तो स्वप्ने अपि अस्मिन् जगति सुलभः न अद्य सुजनः he says even in dream also I am not finding a sujana to look at who is other than the above one kama sakta and kukala chestana paraha. So nishkama sukala chesta purusha even dream also I am not finding. Rama in Treta Yuga calling. अगर राम जी सत्युग में आ गए अपने इस कलयुग में तो डर ही जाएंगे वो इस जगत को देखकर या क्या लिखेंगे. Therefore स्वप्ने अपि न अस्मिन् जगति सुलभः न अद्यः सुजनः. Sujana means Nishkama and Sukala. Sukala is all the arts of spiritual sadhanas by which the inner self is discovered. सपने में भी ऐसा बंदा देखने को नहीं मिल रहा है आज राम जी. Third one is Kriyaha Dukkha Sangaha Vithura Viduraha Nunam Akhilaha. Akhilaha, entire world of beings are Kriyaha, established in Dukkha Sangaha, those Kriyas which are giver of only the Dukkha, Vidura Viduraha, day by day they are strengthening in these Kriyas which are the givers of Dukkha only. That is Papa and Adharma because of the Kama Sakta. भगवान का देखो लास्ट लाइन न जाने नेतव्या कतमिव दशा जीवितमयी जीवितमयी. सो इन दिस टेरिबल वर्ल्ड कैसे मैं अपने जीवन को जीऊं मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. हाउ टू लिव दिस आवर लाइफ इन दिस टेरिबल वर्ल्ड. न जाने कतमिव दशा जीवितमयी दशा नेतव्या. How to negotiate with all this, how to shield myself, protect myself from all these, save myself. Hey Guru, I am not able to understand. Then Guru will tell what we were discussing along with the points, the sadhana aspects. जो भी हम sadhana aspect every श्लोक में पढ़ रहे हैं वो इसमें नहीं है. Ram ji is only putting in front what he has understood regarding the ephemerality, binding nature of the world, and in a state of vairagya he is. No, then when he asks, save me, Guru, then he will give the answer. Don't worry. Even though the whole world is like that, still you have safety because turn inside, you are safe always. Go towards Paramatma, you can be assured that you are safe. ये सब पूरा बाकी निर्वाण प्रकरण के आधा जो 16,000 श्लोकों में हमको वही पढ़ना होगा. 16,000 श्लोकास. Let it take its own time. It may take 4-5 because every day 10 shlokas I am doing. So 32,000 shlokas means 3,200 days. Is almost 7.5 years. or 8.5. मेरे को कोई जल्दी नहीं. Maybe sometime doing Chaturmasa and all, keeping everything aside, only this takes time. I do 6 classes per day. To just run rate बढ़ाने के लिए most shots मारते ना चौके चक्के ऐसा. If I have the energy and all. Thank you. Iti Sri Vaashishtha इत्यार्षे वासिष्ठ महारामायणे वाल्मीकीय वैराग्य प्रकरणे निःश्रेयस विरोधी भाव अनित्यता प्रतिपादनम नाम 27तमः सर्गः. अष्टाविंशति I wanted to chant but chanting and study दोनों कल ही हम करेंगे. Thank you. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमर्षिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रेण तत्सत्. बोल श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. इसमें भी 43 श्लोकास है. अभी के उसमें हमने देखा 41 थे. सो चैंटिंग भी कल करेंगे विद प्रार्थना. Then we will do class also tomorrow on this next sarga. Name of the next sarga is Sarva Bhava Aviratha Viparyasa Pratipadanam. सर्व भाव अविरत, विरति होना चाहिए बट अविरति है, उसके कारण हम फंस रहे हैं, इसलिए उसका विपर्यास हमको पढ़ाना है. ये वाला सर्ग मीनिंग बताते हुए एवरी सर्गास नेम आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग, देन वी आर चैंटिंग एवरी श्लोका, देन वी आर एक्सप्लेनिंग. Those who are attentive have the capacity to connect with what was read yesterday. The theme is so sequential, the thought is so mutually developed. We have to work hard in making our minds intellects so pure, sharp, subtler, not only to be able to listen and understand, but retain also all these redeeming, sublime, liberating knowledges of our Shastras. एक ही प्रयत्न, मेरे अंतःकरण शास्त्र अध्ययन से ज्ञान पाकर मुक्ति दिलाने का लायक मुझे बनाते जाना है. ओनली दैट फोकस. बाकी देश दुनिया का उद्धार अरे बहुत किया अभी. लेट अदर्स आल्सो डू दैट, यू नो. अब अपना स्पिरिचुअल कर लो. स्पिरिचुअल दूसरे नहीं कर सकते अपन के लिए. Isn't it? Let us focus on it. Thank you. ओम न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकम नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतो यमन्ये त्वमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वम्. ओम दासनो भगवन्. बोल श्री सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय. श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्र की जय. बोल श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि आदि ब्रह्म विद्या योगवाश महारामायण आचार्य की जय. बोल समस्त ऋषि देवता गण की जय. समस्त श्रुति स्मृतिदा शास्त्र की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. आज के आनंद की जय. नम पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव हर. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद. जानकी जीवन स्मरण जय राम राम. अम्बे अम्बे श्री आदिपराशक्ति माता की जय. समस्त श्रोतावक साधक से उपासक जिज्ञासु धर्म संस्थापक मोक्ष मुक्त गण की जय. भारत माता की जय. सनातन धर्म की जय. वैदिक हिंदव संस्कृति की जय. आध्यात्मिक जीवन विधान की जय. धन्यवाद संतों. Yes, come back in 5 minutes to study. Beautiful. Simply we are enjoying without any much complicated explanation. आराम से we are enjoying the Advaita Anubhuti and other things. हिंदी में होगा, आइएगा.